Welcome to No Dems, the show where we look at the brightest stars of the Democratic Party and wonder how long until they burn out. Today we take a look at the man who looks like he was created in a political laboratory, designed specifically to lose the working and middle-class vote, California Governor Gavin Newsom. He has spent years pitching the California model to the rest of the country. And by California model, he means sky-high taxes, rolling blackouts, astronomical gas prices, and an exodus of tax-paying citizens so massive that U-Haul ran completely out of trucks. But hey, at least the hair stays perfectly coiffed through every single crisis. Every time Gavin Newsom steps up to a podium, he looks like a used car salesman who just sold you a defective lemon with 3 wheels and is intensely proud of his commission markup. He has that agonizingly slow, arrogant, hand-chop gesture he does while lecturing everyday citizens about virtue and shared sacrifice. His hair remains locked in place by a high-gloss synthetic polymer engineered in a Silicon Valley laboratory that could survive a Category 5 hurricane. Have you noticed the other little tells? The rapid, erratic blinking whenever a reporter accidentally asks an unscripted question? The aggressive smooth of his bespoke suit lapels, as if adjusting his Italian wool will somehow erase state deficits and rampant urban decay. The man is a walking, talking PR algorithm masquerading as a champion of everyday people, operating with a deeply rehearsed mechanical empathy that feels like an android trying to mimic human emotion. He demands that working and middle-class families abandon their reliable gas-powered vehicles for electric cars they cannot afford, powered by a fragile state energy grid that threatens to shut down every time someone plugs in a toaster oven. He pontificates about environmental austerity and climate sacrifice from the moral high ground. But what happens when the cameras turn off? He is spotted dining maskless inside the French Laundry with corporate lobbyists, racking up a multi-thousand-dollar dinner bill that could pay a plumber's mortgage for 6 months. It is elite gaslighting, operating at an industrial scale. When working and middle-class citizens step over boarded-up storefronts and dystopian encampments just to buy overpriced groceries, Newsom points at his manicured spreadsheets, flashes that perfectly whitened smile, and claims anyone noticing the decline is just suffering from California derangement syndrome. He tells hardworking families not to believe their own eyes. And you can see why the Democratic establishment drools over him for a future presidential run. He is their ultimate shiny object. But to truly understand Gavin Newsom, you have to contrast him with his fellow progressive governors in the Midwest, like Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan or J.B. Pritzker in Illinois. Pritzker and Whitmer at least attempt to project a down-to-earth, folksy charm. J.B. Pritzker is a billionaire hotel heir, yet he throws on a work jacket and acts like he spent his weekend under a chassis changing his own oil to build rapport with the assembly line. Gretchen Whitmer puts on a carefully crafted Midwestern mom persona while enacting strict, iron-fisted regulations. But Newsom? Newsom does not even bother wearing the working-class costume. He looks down on everyday citizens from the vineyard balcony of his Napa estate, completely unbothered by his own elitism. He is the Gordon Gekko of progressive politics. Look at his political track record, because it is a masterclass in failing upward. From his days as mayor of San Francisco to the governor's mansion, his career is littered with self-inflicted scandals. Years after having an affair with his top aide's wife, he tried to rewrite history in his memoir to paint himself as the noble hero who came clean first, completely contradicting the actual timeline just to claim credit for a confession he did not earn. When state lockdowns devastated independent businesses and crushed working and middle-class livelihoods, his administration managed to oversee $33 billion in fraudulent unemployment payouts through the Employment Development Department. $33 billion. That is not a minor accounting mistake. That is the annual economic output of a small, sovereign nation, handed over to international fraud syndicates and prison inmates, while legitimate taxpayers sat on hold for weeks just trying to buy groceries. Then look at his economic policy boomerangs. He champions a $20 minimum wage for fast food workers, claiming it is a victory for labor. But who gets crushed? Small franchise owners and working and middle-class consumers facing $8 fast food items and slashed shift hours. But wait, hidden deep inside the legislation was a highly specific exemption for restaurants that bake and sell standalone bread. And who happens to own dozens of fast food bakeries across California? A billionaire franchisee who just so happens to be one of Newsom's major political campaign donors. If a regular citizen orchestrated a legislative carve-out for a wealthy benefactor, federal prosecutors would be knocking at the door. When the political class does it, they call it legislative nuance. Meanwhile, his wife, the self-titled First Partner, runs a nonprofit charity that functions like a closed-loop ATM, funneling millions of dollars into her private production company through licensing fees. And do not forget the infamous high-speed rail project, a multi-billion-dollar bullet train connecting nowhere to nowhere, funded by taxpayer money they do not have, built for citizens who have already rented U-Hauls and moved to Texas and Florida. He plays the national populist, calling for federal billionaire taxes to pander to progressive voters on cable news, while quietly squashing state billionaire taxes back home to protect his Silicon Valley donors from packing up their headquarters. If Gavin Newsom decided tomorrow that breathing was a pollutant, he would ban oxygen for the working and middle class, grant a special permit to the diners at the French Laundry, and have his wife produce a tax-exempt documentary on the virtues of holding your breath. He is the living manifestation of coastal privilege, pretending to be a champion of the people. And until the political establishment realizes that shiny hair gel and arrogant hand chops cannot mask crumbling economic reality, those U-Haul moving trucks will keep driving straight across the state line.
If you want to see more episodes of No Dems and catch all of our latest content, don't forget to like and subscribe right now. And for even more daily updates and exclusive coverage, head over to TrumpDailyPosts.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.